All right, everybody, it's that time. Miss Karen, would you lead us in prayer, please, ma'am?
Oh, yes, sir.
And then after that, everybody remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, most precious Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this wonderful day. Thank you for our many blessings. Thank you for this council. Thank you that we can help our community however we can. And we just love you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Here.
Here. Oh, you silly. Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Alex has not made it.
All right, roll call, please.
Stephen Adams,
Here.
Bobby Heaton,
Here.
Curtis Calvin,
Here.
John King,
Here.
Karen Sparks.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
I'm not here.
I didn't call.
I'm
No.
here.
Mayor Mordecai.
I'm here.
Okay. You weren't even, I'm gonna have to write you in.
All right, I'd like to welcome the public in attendance. Please mute or turn off your cell phones during the council meeting. The floor will be open for public comments after the council completes its agenda items. Mr. Alex come in late. Make a note of that. That is a 1 minute deduction from your pay.
I get it.
Okay. 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
That's a
Or
long
don't say
way.
that. He'll ask for a raise.
All right. Let's see, the minutes of the January 19th meeting and the February 4th special meeting. I guess we can start with January 9th meeting, since it was first.
January 19.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Mordecai called to order the regular meeting of the council at 7 p.m., January 19, 2026. The roll call was done. The following persons were present: Mayor Scott Mordecai, Councilors Stephen Adams, Bobby Heaton, Curtis Calvin, Karen Sparks, and John King. The minutes from the December regular meeting were read. Karen Sparks made the motion to approve, seconded by John King. Motion carried. The minutes for the January 12th special meeting were read. The motion was made by Bobby Heaton to approve and seconded by Karen Sparks. Motion carried. The financials for December were given. Curtis Calvin made the motion to accept them as given. Karen Sparks seconded. Motion carried. Mayor Mordecai informed the council that MTZ Landscaping was to start work on Tuesday to correct our water seepage problem. The rezoning of the Calvert property was offered up for a motion to change it from R1 to industrial. Stephen Adams made the motion to change this zone. Curtis Calvin seconded, and the votes were as follows: Karen, yes; John, yes; Curtis, yes; Bobby, yes; Stephen, yes; Mayor Mordecai, yes. The business license was given to John Allen Calvert. Mayor Mordecai announced that the nuisance ordinance work session was scheduled for February 21st, 26 at 10 a.m. in the town hall. Mayor Mordecai asked Mayor Pro Tem to take over the meeting for the next thing on the agenda, the hiring of a clerk's assistant. Bobby Heaton asked for a motion to hire Linda Mordecai as clerk assistant. Curtis Calvin made the motion to hire her, seconded by John King. The vote was unanimous. The clerk read a human trafficking proclamation. The mayor asked for permission to sign this as accepting it in our town. The council agreed unanimously. Mayor Mordecai noted that the clerk had found 75 stackable chairs with racks for storage, at a cost of $1,500. Bobby Heaton made a motion to purchase them. Stephen Adams seconded this motion, and motion carried. John King and Terry Hope installed the new battery in the solar stop sign on the east side of the four-way. It was purchased from Amazon at a cost of $75.59. Mayor Mordecai previously presented the council with the new 2025-26 budget for review. John King made a motion to approve the budget as written. Stephen Adams seconded. The motion was unanimous. Reports of standing committees, storm shelter. Curtis and Stephen had met. The clerk is to get some needed supplies. The roads, Bobby reported that he and Cecil plan to ride the roads and set up a priority list of the work that is needed. The building, John says that he needed a special drill to install door stops on the stainless kick panels. He and Terry Hogue are to work on this. The nuisance, Smith Mill Road site, Bobby reported on the last inspection. Sonia Brooks spoke on what had been done. Mayor said we wanted to work with her on cleaning up the place up. We gave her a copy of the violations and the nuisance ordinance. She was informed that her son was running a business from the garage and living in the trailer. No utilities were legally found hooked to the trailer. It was noted that the violations must be cleared or it would be referred to the attorney. We now know that the recent smoke was coming from a rental house across from the church, and they are burning household trash. The owner of this property will be contacted. A motion to adjourn was made by Stephen Adams and seconded by John King. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Respectfully submitted, Lucy Powell.
Questions, comments about the January 19th regular meeting of 2026? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as read for January 19th, 2026?
We'll make a motion.
All right, Bobby made a motion.
I second.
Karen seconded. All in favor? Motion carried. All right, now the special meeting, February the 4th of 2026.
Okay, a special meeting on February 4, 2026. Mayor Mordecai called to order this meeting of the council at 1:10 p.m. on February the 4th in the town hall. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Scott Mordecai, Councilors John King, Karen Sparks, Curtis Scalpy, Stephen Adams, and Bobby Heaton. The business was concerning blasting permits. Discussion was had on the issuing of a blasting permit to Nelson Brothers Blasting. Bobby Heaton noted that if sold, payment must be done in a separate check, not to include their business license. It was discussed and decided that the permit should be for a period of 1 year and renewable each year with updated insurance certificates and bonding information. Council all agreed that we needed more research on this in order to benefit the town and the customer. It was also noted that there needs to be a clause stating that the town of County Line is not responsible for their actions. Stephen Adams made a motion to adjourn this meeting until we have more information. Bobby Heaton seconded, motion carried. Meeting adjourned, 2 p.m. Respectfully submitted.
Questions, comments? Does anyone have a motion to accept the special meeting of February 4th, 2026 meetings as read?
I'll offer your motion, we accept them as read.
All right, Curtis made the motion.
I'll second
Stephen made a second. All in favor? Motion carried. All right, financials for as of February 5th, 2026. General fund is $34,235.24. Capital improvements is $443.44. Moving Blount County forward is $41,609.60. Rebuild Alabama gas tax is $72,097.20. Rebuild Alabama diesel tax is $26,372.04. Road accounts 4, 5, and 6 gas tax is $18,817.78. 2 and 7 gas tax is $793.81. And the equity line account balance is $4,173.62. So
That's one payment, and then the last payment would be over the 2,000 we've made.
right, it would be a 2173.62. So we need to make a motion for you to make that last payment over the amount we've already.
Either this month or next month, you can do it.
Okay, I'd rather go ahead and get it done.
Okay.
That way
All
we
right,
don't
then I
forget.
know. Okay.
So, I will do that. I will make a note of that on the agenda. But does anybody have any questions or concerns? Comments? Do I have a motion to accept the financials as read as of February 5th, 2026?
I'll make a motion.
John made a motion
I'll second.
and Karen seconded. All in favor? Motion carried. All right.
You want to add it as C on the. new
Yeah,
business?
I need to, that's old business.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that would be old
Be on
business.
C up there,
Yeah, be on C.
okay.
And that was going to be
Make the last payment as the
2,173.62. Okay,
Well, I wouldn't do it exactly because your numbers may be a little different, just say as the last balance,
okay.
pay the balance. When will that be? Let's see, this is the next
It would
one.
be-
We pay one in February. We paid one. We'll pay one in February.
April will be the last
March,
payment.
April, it'll be April, okay.
Yeah, it'll be April.
April will be the last payment.
April 2nd. We're having our burning party that day. Mortgage burning party.
Okay.
We're gonna find one of these accounts you use to get some stuff up here to have that burning party, mortgage burning party. Okay, I'm gonna move 11 to after 13.
Okay.
'Cause that'll,
Yeah, it's,
yeah, moving 11 to after 13. Okay, old business, the company come out and did a really nice job on putting the footing around the building where the slab was not high enough to keep the water from coming in when it rained. I've got pictures on my mayor phone of my mom and Miss Lucy on their hands and knees looking for water if anybody wants to see that. So It was pretty funny.
Did we
But-
have anybody down here watching them and inspecting that as they put it in? Or they just did it?
I watched it.
Did you take some pictures of how they did it?
Oh, no, I did not have.
Now, I stopped by the first day, they dug everything out.
Okay,
And I stopped by and saw where they dug everything out and they put the material down.
that's what they did, put the
They
gravel
put,
and they put the
they put that,
material
Material
under it and then
first.
the
that,
pipe.
that material, then they put the pipe, then they put the
Gravel on top.
gravel on top, and there's actually, drainage in the gravel
Yeah,
on the corners for anything to seep into from the top going into it. If there's a lot of water coming in, it'll go down into the,
well, our main concern was over here.
well, here and right across the
Yeah,
front
across
coming
here.
into the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
that was our main
yeah,
concern.
I thought they done a great job.
Okay.
From what I seen, everything looked on the up and up.
Mr. Joe Knight thought it was a good job.
Yes,
Yeah,
Joe
I
Knight come and
watched
seen
them
it.
too.
Yes.
It looked very professional.
All right, so that's completed. That will be off of our old business. Work sessions to update the nuisance ordinance is still February 21st at 10 a.m. Thursday, we will send a mass text to everybody. Or I hate mass texting. So I might just send each one of you a text message saying Saturday, 10 o'clock.
Okay, now
Meeting.
what day is this?
February 21st. You picked it.
Yeah.
You picked it. So if you picked it.
Well,
We
I
got
must have
minutes and
put
we
it
got
on
videos.
my calendar, I had another date picked.
No. You picked it.
No,
Okay.
no,
February 21st at 10 a.m.
Okay,
And the reason it's early is because
I've got to leave early.
Bobby's got to leave early. So it's an hour and a half maybe.
Well,
2 hours.
I got to leave by 12:30.
Yeah, it will be done before then. So, all right.
What day is it on? 21st.
The 21st at 10 a.m. February
it's a
21st.
Saturday.
It's on a Saturday. It's the week after I get kicked out of my house for a week for not getting my wife anything for Valentine's Day. So I'll be at my mom's. Thank you, Mom. All right. I need, since we approved and made a motion for Miss Lucy to overpay our mortgage payment because it was $1,707.63 a month. We added $292.37 a month to round it out to $2,000 a month to pay it off sooner and not have to pay as much interest. So, with that being said, we knew we were going to either have to pay a little bit extra or not have to pay as much. But we're having to pay, we've got one more payment coming out in March of 2000 on the 2nd. So that last payment will be $2,173.62 to pay the building off. So I would like a motion for Miss Lucy to make that last payment in April. It'll be April 2nd. To make that payment of $2,173.62 to end the mortgage on this building, and it will be lock, stock, and barrel the town of County Line. People's Bank will have nothing to do with it anymore. So,
I offer a motion that we pay the final payment over.
okay, so Curtis made a motion.
We don't know. what
Whatever the balance
Yeah, whatever
is.
the balance is.
Yeah.
Because it may vary a little bit.
Yeah, and it could go up or down a little bit, so we're just to pay the balance. To pay the balance off, and then we will have that at the March meeting. Because it'll be before the meeting. So we'll be able to, we're gonna have the meeting and then we're gonna have a burn party. Since it'll be dark, it'll be, maybe not be as cool, but we can still have a barrel out here and throw that mortgage in it. So, Curtis made a motion to make the final payment of whatever it needs to be. Do I have a second?
I'll make a second.
All right, Bobby made a second. All in favor? All right, motion carried. All right, I've got a few things on, new business. I would like the council, and this is gonna be a little bit expensive depending on how good a one we get. And I'm gonna bring Caven in on this, cause I think he knows a little bit about this.
Hey, Mayor, you need to turn this.
Okay, I'm sorry, okay. We need to get a body cam.
How about talking
Well,
to
it's not working.
Oh, okay.
We need to get a body cam. And the reason is, when the nuisance goes out to inspect a nuisance, they're gonna have the body cam on. Not looking for a problem, in case there's a problem. That way, everybody's gonna be covered. Both parties, it's recorded, every word, everything that is said, done is recorded, so that we're covered, they're covered. It's not, they said, he said, she said, we got exactly what was done. Also, when Caven goes out to inspect something, and he's predicting there could be trouble, he's got a body cam on. And if he see, he can get a picture of something that's not right, that he's told them to change, he's got it on video, show, hey, you need to change that, that's not right, electrical's not right, whatever. He goes back out, it's not, they haven't changed it, well, he's got proof it was told to change. So, I would like for us to look into getting one body cam. It'll be in the office, and either myself, Lucy, my mother, Linda, she's not my mother, from 8 to 9, 7 to 9. So 6 to 8, I'm sorry. So for that reason, I would like for us to look at investing in one, and I wanted to bring in Caven because you might have a price, you might know how much these things cost, being a police officer.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, well, I figured they're not cheap.
It just depends on what you go with, who you go with. I mean, Axon is who we use, and you normally buy those by the bulk. You normally buy anywhere from 4 to 8, but I mean, you're talking, for, let's just say 8, or let's just say 4, you're probably looking at like $2,000.
Okay.
So,
But one, I mean,
you're probably looking at $300, $400, $500.
I mean,
When it comes to
$1,000 is good with me, because that is insurance. That's just insurance, is all that is. So, Miss Lucy, would you like to, does the council think that's a good idea for us to have that
Yeah.
for when we go out? Because it covers us, it covers them, it helps Alex 100%. If he's got actual body cam footage of who said what, who did what, who threw the first punch, So, one thing about that, Alex, when they walk up on something, do they have to say you're being recorded?
No.
Okay.
In Alabama, it takes one party to a conversation to approve it, so obviously he would approve it, so that's all they
Okay.
have to have.
Okay.
Of course, it's more likely to be visible.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be,
Yeah, it's got a light that flashes when it's
Right.
recorded.
right.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, that was one thing I wanted to make sure of, that we didn't need to tell them, hey, you're being recorded, for both our sake,
Right.
sakes.
Don't have to.
So, okay. So the council does agree that we do need one? Okay, so would anybody like to make a motion for Miss Lucy to look into purchasing one? And at the next meeting, she'll have numbers for us, and then we can purchase it.
I make a motion.
All right?
I'll second it.
All right, so I've got Mr. Bobby, Mr. Steve, all in favor? All right, motion carried. I made a suggestion about the generator. My dad worked in generators for years and years and years. And every time a storm hit, he was he's the one that sent people out on the jobs after he worked on it for years. And one thing I do know, I remember my dad the most complaining about customers who buy a generator from them, but not getting a service from them, a yearly service contract. They're the first ones to call when that generator don't start, if something happens. So we don't have a contract with anybody for our generator. And that is a big, if something happens here, we need that generator. I do not want 60 people in here with a storm coming through and no generator.
Read it.
So she come up with, it's a service agreement for generator from Stone and Son Electrical in Trussville. I do not have my glasses, so she's gonna read the important parts of what they've said.
All of you have a copy of this, but it's basically regarding the service, generator service plan. Stone and Son Electrical Contractors is pleased to offer an estimate for the following scope of work. They furnish labor, materials, and equipment for the annual service of your Briggs & Stratton Power Protect PPDX 26, which is what we have. The work will consist of the following. They change the oil filter, they change air filters, spark plugs, check valve lash, run tests for proper function, test the battery every year, and replace it every 3 years.
Now that's important, because that battery is sitting there in the heat, and then in the winter, and it might show good today after 3 years, but in a week, that thing could be dead as a doornail. So I am 100% with them replacing the battery every 3 years.
Okay. The estimate for the above mentioned work is $149 an hour with $15 truck fee for the first hour only. The materials, which is a service kit, is $112, and the battery, if needed, at market value, usually is around $250. This recommendation from Briggs & Stratton is to service your generator once per year by a certified technician with periodic checks to make sure it does not have any alarm conditions performed by the customer. The Briggs & Stratton also recommend servicing the unit after a prolonged run time of, if it has to run for 7 days or more. Stone and Sons test the battery at every service. However, Briggs & Stratton recommends replacing the Group 26 battery every 3 years, regardless of the test results, for the continued reliability of the unit. Stone and Sons is on call 24/7, 365 days a year for all your needs. So please do not hesitate to contact our service department with any problems you might have. And note that the above estimate does not include any parts to be replaced deemed bad by nature or customer negligence. The Stone and Sons is a certified warranty dealer for Briggs & Stratton and can write warranty claims for parts. However, we charge labor rates of $149 an hour for repairs as needed. The above mentioned estimate is valid for 30 days, and the W-9 and certificate of insurance and E-Verify are available upon request. They were the closest one I could find, and I felt like we needed the closest.
Yes.
Well, they are a reputable company.
They're a
I'm
reputable
very
company.
aware of that.
Yeah.
And we've been in here a year,
Uh-huh.
so we are due a yearly
check.
service. So,
So,
we're looking at probably
so.
$400 to $500 roughly a
Well,
year.
If we have them to,
Right, it's $149 an hour, so that's 150, 165. The kit is 112. And then they gotta do, you know, the valve lash.
it may be 250 or something, you know. It'll
But
include all of that.
Right, it's worth every penny to make sure that generator comes on when the lights go out. So I would like for somebody to make a motion that we enter a contract with Stone and Sons Electric Contractors to service our generator.
I make a motion that we,
All right, Curtis made a motion,
And I'll second.
Karen seconded. All in favor? Motion carried. All right, that is all the, nope, I got one more new business, right? Do you have that, from Alex?
I do right here. Yep,
Okay.
okay. We have the.
What is that? It's the
This is the
Ordinance.
zoning,
zoning ordinance.
zoning ordinance.
Mayor, I sat here and read over it, and I picked up a typographical error. It's on page 1, and I can fix it and send the first page to Lucy in the morning.
Okay,
Of course, council's already passed it. You just need to sign that.
okay, so we don't need to read it. I
No,
just,
sir,
we've already, that's right.
I'll take care of that. I would suggest that we discuss this blasting permit for a minute or two.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Unless you've decided on. exactly-
We have not yet.
Yeah.
I did some research into it. Y'all, is it okay to go into?
Yes,
that?
go ahead.
Uh,
That's part of this.
There's a state code section on it. The company that's applying for the permit, Nelson Brothers out of Jasper, a very reputable company, so I'm sure they're gonna have, you gotta have a state permit before you can go into a municipality. And they have to be insured, and we would get a copy of their insurance at $500,000. I'm sure they've got more than that. And we have to send a copy of the permit that we issue to the licensing board in Montgomery, where these blasting companies are licensed. But I can help Ms. Lucy do all that. The state code says we have to issue it for a year at a time for commercial entities. It's not like a single shot that somebody's gonna do, which is no problem. The council just gotta decide how much to charge on the fee. The code says that we can charge $25 for our administrative costs for issuing it, and that's set by statute, but the council can set what the actual cost of the permit would be.
Right.
And I think, Ms. Lucy, you got some information this afternoon?
Yes, the city of, go ahead and say that. The city of Huntsville, on their website, has one, and they have a $250 fee on it, plus they add so much per shot for blast, you know, well, I call them shots that they put off, you know. And the first year, you could, you know, according to the schedule, the first year, you could, you could do a flat, you know, fee, and then the next year, it would be based off of the number of shots that the
Like sign an
average
affidavit or
number of
something.
shots they did that previous year.
Got it, okay.
It would be so much for that. So, and then let's see, but it's all on that Huntsville, and I could not get it to print out. They want you to do it online. Their application is online, and I could not make it print.
Okay.
But it's easy to see if you go to the city of Huntsville and go to their permits.
Well, I know, I assume Nelson's still,
He's
Ready to
still,
pay.
he's still waiting on us, yes.
Yeah.
I've spoken to him twice today.
Did he send,
council's comfortable with that amount, then I'll get the application.
well, we could do if you choose to do the 250 and then, let that be and just, whatever that issue fee,
Right.
you know, the $25 or whatever, for the first year, and then the second year is when you, and every year thereafter is they
I
renew
wanna
it.
play devil's advocate on that for just a minute. Say Nelson Brothers, say they do the shot for the first year, and they have a fallout with the owner of the company, and they bring in another blasting company. So, how would that work?
That's a good question.
They'd have to issue another permit, would we not?
Nelson's permit, they'd have to buy.
Right, I mean, they'd have to buy another one, but we were basing our next or second year off of how many blasts they had the first year.
Okay, the owner is gonna know how many blasts he had.
So we could require
Right.
an owner's
We can
application.
require the owner to tell us how many blasts he
Okay.
had that year.
Right, and then
And
we
at
can
that
use
time-
that for a second company if they come in.
Yes, we'd have something to base it on.
Okay,
Because we're basing it on how many times the owner asked them to come out there and shoot.
right.
How many
So-
shots they did.
So how much what are we looking at charging them for the first year, total?
Well,
Well, again, it's the council's discretion, but, I mean, we found some municipalities charge $25. It's kinda all over the board.
And
I
some-
think that's way too low.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, there was one told me that they have paid anywhere from 300 to 9,000.
I like that second one.
Now, that also could be for coal mining.
Well, it could be for,
You
yeah,
know.
it could be.
I don't know what, the first year, I don't know why we don't just charge them like he was talking about, this fee here, plus $2,500 for the first permit, and just do it that way. Wouldn't that work to do something
Do
like
the
that?
$25 plus
Plus the
2,500.
2,500, yeah, instead of 250.
And there again, if 2,500 was too much, then the second year we could lower it.
Yeah,
Well, and you're also gonna need to determine out of that, how much you're gonna charge for each additional blast the second year.
That's true, yeah. But now I think there's some information on that Huntsville website as to that.
Okay. Well, I've got one, application that has a per dollar cost for the, multiple blasts per
Uh-huh.
blast. There's some numbers.
Okay,
We can
okay.
take a look at
Well,
that.
you and I will just need to get together. and
So when we're talking
put our
per
notes.
blast, if they set off 8 blasts at one time, that's 8 different charges?
I don't know. I'll have
That's
to look
8
at
shots.
Right, that's
that.
8
So it's
shots.
8 shots.
It's
So,
8
yes.
shots.
So
So
that
I
would
guess it
be,
would
if
be-
we were charging
It's considered-
$25 a shot, that would be 25 times 8.
Yeah, you know, they will put those, it's 8 shots, but they'll shoot them all at one time.
Right.
Then that's the $200.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't wanna impress my mom.
Your mom's not here.
My mom's not here, that's right. I didn't want Linda to go tell my mom how smart her son was.
Should be after him.
Yeah. So,
Do you
I
guys,
I do agree with Bobby that we need to set a
First year rate.
first year rate, you know, but I don't wanna be way out of the ballpark. Did they send you anything on
see,
the salesman?
no, the salesman didn't give, they didn't have anything, they said. They did not have anything. See, they do Dulceta, but they don't go do the shots for Dulceta. They furnish the material to do the shots, and Dulceta has their own blasters.
Okay.
That's Vulca Materials, you know. They do their own, they have their own blasting crew.
I just don't wanna
They got some-
price it way up there, and I don't wanna price it way down there. So,
Well, can
Building
we,
permit on a house is $600.
yeah,
right.
so, you know,
But it's
If
across the
anybody's
board,
got-
$600.
yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's got another amount they think would be better than the 2,500, let us
Right,
speak
I-
up.
and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm perfectly fine with that, but I would like to know, I would love for another town to have, hey, this is what we charge for somebody to blast, you know, a yearly blast, but there's nobody out there.
You know,
Nobody'd call you
not a
back.
lot
Right.
of quarries out there.
Right.
Uh,
Well, there is a lot of quarries, but they're not
Not in town limits.
in
Well,
the
I
town
call the
limits.
city of Jasper
I talked
because-
to Brookside, down toward Tuscaloosa. I talked to their, the man said, they don't get to sell any because the quarries that are down there are right outside their municipality.
What about Wade's?
They're close, but right outside, so they.
Who?
they said-
Wade's Sand and Gravel in Birmingham, off of Finley, that's in
Uh,
the city.
I'd be surprised if they didn't have their own blasting crew too. I don't know who does theirs, but I can call them. We'll call Wade, find out
Cause I would like to get this
who does it.
done.
Well, and I'll be, I don't know if they use Apache or, because they're not using, I don't think that they're using Nelson Brothers. And according to Austin Powder, I talked to that lady and they're not doing them. So I don't know, it must, it could be Apache or they may be doing their own blasting,
Well, we've got Bobby has threw a number out there of $2,500. And then there's a $25 issuance fee. So that would be $2,525.
To issue the permit for the first year plus the fee for blasting.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the only thing you can do is say, hey, it's $2,525 and see what they say.
Oh, well, they'll pay it because they're just gonna pass it on to the customer.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also don't want the customer coming to us going, hey, that was a lot,
They don't really know because they've never had a rock quarry.
Right,
All they've ever done is coal.
right,
So we're all in this together from
right.
green to green.
Well, I would like to get it done as well, but I don't want us to shoot ourselves in the foot.
No,
Right. I don't wanna shoot us in the
I want it to
foot,
be fair
and
to
I
everybody.
really don't wanna shoot the customer in the
Yeah, I
foot.
agree.
That the only thing we could do, and Alex, you might be able to, if, say we charge $2,525, or $2,525 for the issuance of the fee, and they shoot the first year, the second year when they come in and we look at how many shots they had, if it was not as many as we thought, then we could lower the fee the second year.
Right.
And, we can always come down we just have to make a motion, correct?
That's correct.
So,
Yeah.
And we can go up.
or it could go up depending on how many times they
Why
shot.
don't we say 100 for the permit and 1,000 or 1,500 for the year? And then charge them 100, would be bad. So much for a blast.
Well,
That would
when we
be-
find out
Yeah.
more about the cost to do the blast, what numbers these towns are
You know, the customer's
calculating.
gonna make some money on the
They,
gravel.
yeah,
He's gonna
we'll
make
come
money.
up with a number for that. So you're saying if we charged $1,000 for the
First year.
first year with a $100 issue
permit.
fee,
Yeah,
issue
issue
fee.
fee. Does that
And
sound?
And Bobby's saying
And so much for
2,500, so we got,
Can I say something else?
yes, sir.
I finally got somebody from, Walker County to call me back. Now, they're mostly coal mines over
Yeah,
there, strip mines. He said what they do issuing a blasting permit is they issue them a one-time fee. And he said, we don't let them get by with less than $5,000
Right,
to do that, but that's a coal mine.
yeah.
right.
So, it's different. And he said, don't let them pull the wool over your eyes because they have to pay
Well, that's why I would prefer the one renewable every year, because that way you can kinda keep your finger on it.
Well, that's what Alex was saying, it has to be renewed every year.
Right.
That way you get insurance and all
Yeah.
that every year,
Right.
Yeah,
so,
I just wanna look out for the town and the customer. You know, I don't want us charging the customer too much, and I don't want the town not to be charging enough. I'm trying to find that happy
Okay.
median
so
in
any,
it.
are we saying then that, or are y'all saying that it would be, that you, for right now, as a suggestion, we're saying anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500, and anywhere from 25 to 100 on the issue fee? Is that,
That's been the conversation to this point.
that's the conversation to
Right.
this
And
point?
then, how much is it per shot?
Well, we haven't got that yet.
Right.
We're working on that.
Okay.
That's,
We don't really have to have that until next year anyway. I mean,
Well, I would like to have it all done.
no,
at
we
the
gotta
same-
have it in the. we
It's
have
gotta
it
be in the
there.
contract, so,
So we'll find that out. We'll, go through that information that's on.
so we might need to have a special meeting again.
We might,
This coming month,
yes.
because like I'm sure, Mr. Calvert wants to get this going.
Sure.
Oh,
And,
he's still got things he's got to do.
Okay, well,
still-
I just don't want us holding him up, but we've
No, I
also
don't.
gotta make sure that we're fair to Mr. Calvert and we're fair to the town. Because that's the last thing I want is to way overcharge somebody.
let me say this, the first house permit we issued after I become building inspector
Mhm.
was almost $1,600,
Wow,
just for the house permit, and that was going by the old
the old rules,
the old rules and
yeah,
stuff that we didn't have no choice in.
right,
And then, we redone all that, but
Right.
still,
Yeah.
a house permit, $1,600, that's ridiculous, but
Yeah.
we didn't have no choice.
right.
So I
So we're not wanting to be that way.
we're not, no, won't be
No.
that way.
Yeah.
So that's the
What was
reason I
it? It
put
was 50
2,500.
Right, it was $25 per plug and $500 per water out, yeah, I remember that,
And, that's the reason I put the 2,500 out there,
right,
because that will cover you the first year, and then like you said, the second year when it comes to issue it, if we can, we'll lower it,
right,
do that. Or if we have to, we can go up a little bit,
right.
it's just up to the town. So, I don't, it's just up to the council how they wanna do it.
Would y'all rather lose money the first year and make it up on the second year? Or make too much money the first year and pay it back the second year? I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Well, you wouldn't be paying it back, you'd just be lowering their
Right.
permit fee.
But if, once you draw this up though, it mean you'd have to redo your whole contract,
Well, I think you just have to redo the amount.
doesn't it?
Well,
But-
it's really part of your business license.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to amend our business license to include this category. But we can,
Just for blasters,
yes
right?
ma'am, just to add that. The only thing about a business license is you want, they're effective January, they run on a calendar year. So we'd have to be sure that we take a hard look at it in November or December to give enough time for to amend the ordinance. And what Bobby's suggesting, because that's much higher than what we've seen in some of the other cities that have got this category. But these other cities, if you read the ordinance, it's really directed toward real estate, residential construction, somebody going in and blasting for a basement. And they charge per shot, even in those. It's not really designed for a quarry.
Right.
They're 30
But
days.
to get it off the ground, I'd encourage you to go ahead and consider something tonight where we get it on the books and get Nelson, and so they'll know what it is. If they think it's outrageous, we'll hear about it.
You'll hear about it, yeah.
Well, and that's something that if they say, hey, we've never had to pay that much,
Right.
then that would be, all right, we need a special meeting and come back and rediscuss it.
And you know, of course, it's gonna have some employment impact for the town, but, you know, the town has gone through a number of hoops to get us where we are. You know, we had to rezone the property, had a public hearing, so it's not out of the range of reasonableness to expect, you know, a fair amount for the business license.
I'm going to just throw my voice in there and say that I think we need to do the 2,500 to start with.
Yeah.
And for this first year, and then if we wanna take a look at it next year and see how we may need to adjust it, that's fine, but I think we might.
Cause you're dealing with an unknown, we don't know how many
Right.
shots there's gonna be.
Right.
And,
But that 2,500 don't cover the shots, right?
no, it doesn't, it'd be a flat fee for the
Right.
first year because you don't know. And we'll have some
Yeah.
data to work off of, you know, this time next year or December.
But they don't have to go back and pay for the shots from the first year.
No, it don't make it
In the,
retroactive.
okay. That's what
This year it'd be
the,
just
that's what
flat
the
fee.
initial permit is allowing them to shoot for the first year off of what we price it as. Then the second year, we can adjust it up and down depending on how much they shot.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, they can shoot as much as they want to that first year.
right.
Well, we need to know how much for a permit, a business license.
Do we go for the $25?
I say $25 because that's what we've always,
Well, in all honesty, we're locked in on the state code says 25.
I'm fine with that. I mean, 25 is what we use. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Okay, now another question, Alex, they're gonna, when they buy their license, does that not need to be, the money for the license not need to be kept separate from the permit money, or the blasting permit money?
Well, I think
It's two
we're
different
kind of
things.
combining the two here. It's called a blasting permit, but they're really getting a business license to blast.
So it's
is
not
what
gonna
it
really be
is.
called a permit, it's gonna be a business license to do
Right.
that.
I had sent them, I've already sent them Avenue Insights, application for business license, and they've sent it to their office up north to have a check cut. So he's thinking they're gonna send me a check now for $134. He's gonna deliver it out
Okay.
here.
So this will be a blasting permit fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Separate from their business
Separate
license.
from the license.
So it needs two separate checks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll have to-
So if we charge, let me do some numbers here. Linda, don't watch me. $2,500, say we do $2,500 plus the $25 fee. If it's $100, say they shoot 25 times, 25 blasts. That's $100 a blast.
Right.
So, all right, you can listen now. We need to come up with a blast amount, because that has to be in the contract.
I saw one that was $10.
Right.
You know, I think they're just all over the board, but Lucy and I can do
We'll
some
look
more
at
research on
constables and see
that.
what theirs is
Yeah.
too. Okay. And then we can have a meeting to
Yeah.
finalize this.
And maybe at this
next week.
next meeting, we have the owner of the quarry and the salesman from Nelson Brothers be here. And that way we can get a little bit more communication with them and come up with some numbers that make sense for both sides.
Can I throw something in here?
Throw it in there.
You know, the parcel that they are actually shipping out on, they're making their sale on, is not in the town.
Right. Yeah.
And we're missing out on all that sales tax.
Yep.
And my idea was, what do you think about asking them to annex that parcel so that they have all of their business under one entity?
Didn't we just de-annex it so he could?
I don't know if that was included in that. I
Okay.
think it was out here on another.
Okay, it was another part.
It was right, it was adjoining this.
Okay.
Yeah. But if we had all of that together, it would be all in one entity. It would be,
And we could charge a lot less for
we
the,
could charge,
a lot less for the blasting permit.
yeah.
I mean, not a lot
If
less,
they-
but,
if they
but
would
lower, a
consider
lower
that.
amount.
Is that asking too much?
I really don't know. I don't know what John Davis got, how they're structured.
I had conversation with John Allen, and he said he would talk to us then.
Okay. Well, maybe it's better to table it and we can take it up at a special meeting or
Yeah.
next month.
Tell you what, we'll get Mr. Calvert and
Get them to come.
Nelson Brothers and us on a date next month. Or, yeah, probably be the next month when we can get all our numbers done. And because like you said, they've still got a pretty good amount of work to do before they start blasting, is that correct? You'll know, you just told, go up there.
The fire marshal's got to come out there. He just called them the other day.
Okay,
He
okay.
wasn't aware he was gonna have to go out
Okay,
there.
so,
And I let him know about that, so he called and, or he went online and filled out he set up an account, and then he came down here and told me he had done that. He said, but I don't know where to go from here. I said, well, I just picked up the phone and called the lady, and I said, where does he go from here? And she said he needs to call. And, so I
Okay.
told him, I said, well, just, I'll call
Well,
him.
I make the motion, we just table this till we.
all right, let's table it until
Okay.
we can,
Set up a meeting for it.
yes. I'm gonna put table for special meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the reports of officers. Road, you got any reports?
Yeah, me and Cecil went out and drove the roads. And by looking at the money that's in here that's marked for roads, there's not even gonna be a drop in the bucket of what it's gonna cost to do the Copper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's, and I called Mr. Washburn, but he hadn't called me back yet. So
Okay.
I don't know, set up a meeting with him and see what they will do,
Okay.
if anything. And are we still working on that pre-95 thing with them, or?
I modified, I put that little asterisk on that agreement that the mayor signed, and, it's, as far as I know, it's already gone to his office.
Okay.
That might be why he's not returning your call.
Well, if Cecil says don't sign it, I'm not signing it. Because if anybody would know, that would be the man, so,
We've already got one person complaining that their property is not in county line,
right.
and that's that's Ms. Calvert.
But yet, on the map and at the county courthouse, it says
It
it's
says
in
it's in.
county.
Right.
Yes,
The taxes are being paid to county line.
Right,
right.
And I called the courthouse on that.
yeah. So she's got it on both sides.
She said
Got
until,
the pasture on one side and the trailers on the other side.
Okay,
the courthouse says until they show proof of it on paper
Yeah.
to them that it's in county line, it'll have to be.
I hadn't been able to get a hold of Freda, was it Bobo, is that her
yeah,
name?
brother Bobo.
Yeah,
I hadn't been able to get a hold of them, or I hadn't been able to get a hold of those people that bought the waiting place down there. I've got to talk to them now. I'm fine with it, cause I'm next, and I think Curtis and them would be fine with it, cause they'll be along there too. We're just taking so much on each side of the road and just widening it enough, just enough so the cars can pass, and not have to
Right.
pull off in the grass and stop.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of tree cutting and a lot of clearing if we do that.
Yeah. All right, building, John,
I don't know, things good.
okay, Steve? or-
Steve and I are meeting Thursday afternoon.
Okay. I noticed we have radios, walkie-talkies.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got the
So-
walkie-talkie.
That was smart. We needed those. All right, Ms. Karen, you have anything on the nuisance reported to you?
Nobody has said anything.
Okay, but y'all went out, had a
Yes,
discussion.
We went out, Terry and I, and, everything was kosher, you know, I took pictures and we were very cordial, just finding out what, about the property, and they said, well, that they were having vehicle issues, that in the next couple of weeks, they were gonna start cleaning up the property. And we just said, we offered our help, you know, the council or people within the town would help if they needed help.
Okay. And I know what went on from there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Does the council have anything else they'd like to, anything? Before I turn it over. All right, does the town have anything they would like to argue with Miss Lucy, but not me? Or Miss Linda, assistant clerk? All right,
I don't argue, I just discuss.
right, discuss.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll say it.
All in favor?
Who was that?
You know who it was.
Yeah.